All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sanctuary Boston. Good to see you all out here in the pews. I'm the little head behind the piano here. I'm like sort of a little obscured if you're sitting at least. And hello to those of you on Zoom. Where am I looking for my Zoom people right now? I don't even know.
Over there.
Over there? Can't even see it. Okay. Hi, Zoom people. You can see part of my head right now, probably. Great. Well, we're going to start out. I'm Mark David. I'm the music director here. I'm up here with Callie and Joe and Matt. We're going to do a little singing to start us off. This is a song by the band called Mutual Kumquat. Very good band name. I was trying to figure out whether I learned about that band before or after I had a dream in which I experienced a character called Community Kiwi. A Kiwi that wanted the best for us in the world and that we all aspired to be like. Aww. Not sure which one came first. So as usual, I'm going to invite us to experience the music the way that's good for you, although I like to put out kind of a blanket invitation to rise in body and or rise in spirit, as it's a great way to get into the spirit of worship together. Well, here we go. Look around, when all of your walls come crashing down, where will you turn? Could you ever stop for a second just to pick up the pieces of your shattered life? Always running one small step behind, and you're losing faith in your power to change. Then decide to break free, lift your eyes on this love that you cannot hide. So even when your heart breaks, know that the sun's still gonna shine. If ever you feel just like you're not enough, listen to your heartbeat, listen to your heart speak. And when words are not enough, just take a leap of faith, take a step, learn how to live and love. Gotta hope and trust in all the mysteries that you will find. Uncover the truth, there's more than meets the eye. So alive, but you keep it all wrapped up inside. Who would ever know if you don't let it show? Even when you think that you are at the end, and that rope that you hold fast and keep holding on, then decide to break free and fix your eyes on this love that you cannot hide. So even when your heart breaks, know that the sun's still gonna shine. If ever you feel just like you are not enough, listen to your heartbeat, listen to your heart speak. And when words are not enough, just take a leap of faith, take a step, and learn how to live and love. Gotta hope and trust in all the mysteries that you will find. Uncover the truth, there's more than meets the eye. More than meets the eye. More than meets the eye. Whoa, whoa, whoa. More than meets the eye. Whoa, whoa, whoa. More than meets the eye. Whoa, whoa, whoa. More than meets the eye. Whoa, if ever you feel just like you are not enough, listen to your heartbeat, listen to your heart speak. And when words are not enough, just take a leap of faith, take a step, and learn how to live and love. Gotta hope and trust in all the mysteries that you will find. Uncover the truth, there's more than meets the eye. Nice singing, y'all. And do another one. Feel free to stay standing.
If you knew me, would you save that seat for me? If you knew me, would you finally let me free? If you knew me, would you save that seat for me? If you knew me, would you finally let me free? Let's sing that again. If you knew me, would you save that seat for me? If you knew me, would you finally let me free? If you knew me, would you save that seat for me? If you knew me, would you finally let me free? Finally understand. If you love me, would you hold on to my hand? If you love me, would you finally understand that what you need, I need too. What you are, I am too, 'cause we're all the same under a different name. We're all blood, blood brothers. We're all blood, blood brothers. If you knew me, would you lift me from the ground? If you love me, would you wrap your arms around? If you knew me, would you lift me from the ground? If you loved me, would you wrap your arms around? 'Cause what you need, I need too. And what you are, I am too. 'Cause we're all the same under a different name. We're all blood, blood brothers. We're all blood, blood brothers. And what you need, I need too. What you are, I am too. 'Cause we're all the same under a different name. We're all blood, blood brothers. We're all blood, blood brothers.
Good evening, everyone. Today's chalice lighting is words by Hannah Roberts Villeneuve. Why do we gather here? What's the point? After all, the earth will turn and the darkness will ebb and flow, and our days will continue on without this place, without this time. So why do we gather? Couldn't we all be sleeping or watching Netflix or making dinner? Maybe some of us are. Instead, we have gathered again to make this place holy, with our presence and our love, to make this place home with our hard work and our hearts. We have gathered again to make this place holy with our presence and our love, to make this place home with our hard work and with our hearts.
Well, welcome all to Sanctuary Boston, a community of vibrant worship and real connection, and you all sound good tonight. What a joy to be together. My name is Matt, and I'm the Director of Community Life here for Sanctuary Boston. Welcome to those of you joining us online from near and far, those of you watching Netflix while you watch us, those of you cooking dinner and sharing them together. Welcome to those of you who joined us for dinner this evening, as we have food again now in person for the first time in 3 years. Very exciting. How many of you missed that tomato soup? Anybody? Yeah. I just went to Trader Joe's and got that boxed soup a couple times during the pandemic, just to feed my soul. Sanctuary Boston is a community grounded in Unitarian Universalism and open to seekers of all kinds. This is a place for growing your own spirit, for finding your own spiritual path, and for being in community with others who are doing the same, so we can ask questions and find those paths together. This is a community that takes Scripture seriously without taking it literally. This is a place where we take prayer sincerely without defining it rigidly. It's a place where we affirm love faithfully without religious tests of faith that are exclusionary. This is a different kind of spiritual community, and we welcome you here from wherever you are on your journey. And part of our practice here for worship is, instead of having a minister, we actually have a lot of ministers in our community, but instead of having a minister, one minister for this organization, we invite different community members in Sanctuary to share the story of their own spiritual journeys, their own path and their own truth finding, their own spiritual wrestlings. And I'm so looking forward to tonight's reflection offered by Colin, who's been a member of our community since just since we stopped having food, was what we figured out here. So with that, I would like to invite Karishma, our campus organizer, to read our words of welcome. This place is made holy, as our chalice lighting said, by your presence and by your love. That is the theme of our gathering this evening. In some ways, it's the theme of every gathering. And so we invite you to welcome each other into this space made holy by your presence and your love.
My favorite part about these words of welcome is that you are encouraged to join in and say whichever parts resonate with you or whichever fonts resonate with you, and join all together for the last line. Whether you go to church on Sunday morning or light candles on Friday nights, whether you've been hurt by religion, saved by it, or some of both, whether you're brand new to spiritual community or a seasoned seeker, whoever you are, whatever you are, wherever you are on your journey altogether, we welcome you. Now I'd like to take this time to introduce yourself to somebody new around you. Say hi to the camera. This is always my favorite part. It's the one with the red light on. And if you are joining us online, feel free to say hello, maybe greet somebody in the chat, say where you're joining from. We're so happy to share in this time with all of you.
I invite you all back to join us for some more music in just a moment. There's one more thing I wanted to share, a special gathering happening online for those of you joining us online after worship this evening. Some of you know that every year we do the Sanctuary Community Survey, which is normally where we interview each other one-on-one. In the last couple years, we've done about 100 of these one-on-one conversations, and it's a chance to be in conversation together about what you want to get out of Sanctuary, what you want to offer to it in terms of time and talent and treasure, and what our hopes are for the next year of this community. It's an awesome way that we find people's joy. You know, we have a rule here, which is no volunteering without joy. And this is part of how we are in conversation together about where we can follow that joy and where we can build and grow this community together. This year we're doing it a little bit different though. We've cut the survey in half. It's way, way shorter. And for the most part, we're gonna invite you to just fill it out on your own, easy peasy, in 20-something minutes. But some people were like, heck no, I wanna be in conversation. I want to ask questions about where Sanctuary is at and how the budget works and what we're up to and what are the highlights of this year and what we've got planned for next year. And I want to be in conversation back and forth with my community. So we're going to mix it up and also have 2 of those conversations. So if you want to join online after this worship gathering this evening, those of you online, you can just stick around for about an hour, and we're going to have a community conversation together about the survey, and then you can take a few minutes to fill it out on your own. And for those of us here in person, you can either get out your phones and quick jump online if you want to do that, or you can also join us this Sunday at 4:30 to 6 p.m. Eastern, where we'll have another of these conversations together. And if you don't need to do that, if you just want to fill out the survey on your own, take your 20-something minutes, easy peasy, and answer the questions, and without having to be in conversation or particularly get on a Zoom, then you are welcome to do that as well. So I just wanted to extend that invitation, particularly for those of you online, to know to stick around after worship this evening. With that, I invite you to join in the spirit of our centering music, to take a deep breath together, to be present here in this place made holy by your presence and by your love, to be present here where for now at least there is nowhere else you need to be. For now at least there is nothing else that needs to be done. And we invite you to join us in singing.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. Where there's injury, let me bring your healing, Lord. Where there's a shadow of doubt within the soul, let me bring true faith in you. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there's despair in life, let me bring hope. Where there's darkness, let me always be your light. Where there is sadness and grief within this world, let my life reflect your joy. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Lord, make make me an instrument of your peace. Only as we forgive can we ever be forgiven for all the harm we've caused and all the good we've failed to do. Only in giving can we ever hope to receive. Only in dying to ourselves are we born to you. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace, of your peace.
Growing up, I went to an Episcopal church, actually called St. Francis. As a smaller child, I never loved it because the rituals and formality had no meaning for me. But when I was 12 years old, I was invited into the youth group. In the youth group, the first hour was for food and fun, and the second hour was a lesson in worship. I remember parents would bring homemade mac and cheese, or there'd be pizza, and there was a pool table, Guitar Hero, and an NBA Jam arcade machine. I thought to myself, how could this be church? This is so fun. Then the second hour, we would all sing Christian rock worship songs, ones that felt much more approachable to me compared to regular church. And then there was the lesson, not unlike a sanctuary reflection, on a topic like feeling misunderstood, wondering what your path is, or wondering what life is all about. This was especially meaningful for me because at the time, I was struggling with a lot of sadness and confusion. I was adopted from Russia at 18 months old, and in middle school, I remember looking up different places on Google Maps, wondering why I was here. Why was I growing up with this family? It never quite felt like mine. I was struggling with a sense of belonging. And in this youth group, I found a place to talk about these things. What we had was called the boys group. The boys group was a space for us as boys to talk about everything that came up for us, from struggling with school, relationships, and questions about everything in between. In this space, I met my mentor, Craig. Craig was the first adult I'd met who shared honestly about how he felt, sharing he felt sad or scared, even crying, which I had never seen a man do. When Craig did this, it allowed me to feel safe to share my own feelings of sadness, fear, and confusion. Being able to share what was really going on for me didn't solve all my problems or answer all of my questions, but I learned that just being able to share those things made a huge difference. And for the first time, I felt safe in that space. And I did because of his presence and his love. As I grew older, into late high school years, I knew I wanted to help people. and hold space for others in the same way Craig held it for me. I attended college and pursued a path to become a social worker. In my senior year of college, as I was waiting to hear back about grad school programs, I learned some very sudden news. Craig had passed away. I was devastated. I felt so heavy. And in the following days, I found out some other shocking news. I had been accepted into a Master of Social Work program. I remember sitting in my apartment at the time, crying, and finding a strange peace. I said to myself, Craig is the reason I'm becoming a social worker. It feels comforting, in a way, that he passed away almost to the day I'm starting my journey on this path. And so, I went to grad school, I started working, and in time, I found a position that aligned deeply with my reason for starting this work in the first place. About 9 months ago, I started a job running groups with young men, facilitating curriculum based on core values for healthy manhood. And when I found out about this position, I thought to myself, I can talk to young men about how they feel? And this program is designed to encourage them to do that? This is a job? This is incredible. And 9 months in, I continue to feel the exact same way every day. One thing I've learned is that it starts with me. I cannot help students name how they feel, identify their triggers, and challenge them if I have not done my work first. Doing my work means reflecting on the areas I don't want to think about, talking about the parts I don't want to talk about, and owning the parts of me I'm ashamed to show. These are the parts I need to talk about. And I do this with the other counselors or in my own therapy first. And this helps me see it in the students I work with. One of the biggest ways this has showed up for me was with drinking. I struggled for years with drinking more than I wanted to, and hurting people I loved in the process. I also struggled with depression and socially isolating, and drinking reinforced this for years. I felt sadness about people I'd lied to, shame about things I'd done while drinking, and fear about not being able to manage my use and wondering what could happen. After struggling with this for years, at the end of 2021, I decided to stop drinking altogether. My actions were not lining up with my values, and who I was while I was drinking was not who I wanted to be. While I do not share the specifics with the students I work with, I share how strongly I've felt sadness and shame. And so I can see it in them to help them identify it. I share that I've felt sad, scared, and angry all at the same time. And so I'm able to normalize it. And I can authentically share I've hurt people I care about and stayed in that moment to work through it so I can hold the same moment of courage for a student to do the same. It starts with me, and as I do my work, I am creating a presence for them to do it too. Another part of my work is taking in joy and gratitude as I do it. Just a few weeks ago, I was meeting with a student after one of the groups. I noticed he looked down during the group, and I asked how he was doing. He shared he felt guilt because peers had made it seem like he was negatively impacting the group. I asked him if he thought that was true, and he said yes. He said he jokes around a lot, and he lies, and that people can't take him seriously. I asked if this is who he wants to be, and he said no. I want to be someone who people trust and take seriously. He also shared about how he lies at home and how this impacted his relationship with his mom. He shared he felt sad and guilty, and he made a plan to apologize to her when he got home. I encouraged him for naming his emotions and owning that his actions aren't lining up with who he wants to be. I left this interaction, and I took a few extra minutes to soak in how I was feeling. As I gave myself time, I noticed tremendous joy and let it slowly sink in as it overwhelmed me to tears. I thought to myself, this student is doing such good work. He's naming how he feels, he's sharing it, and he's taking steps to live more in his values. I sat in this, and I noticed increasing joy flood over me. I noticed an urge to suppress it, to minimize it, and I let it go. I said to myself, I am doing really good work. And I let that sink in. More tears came. I flashed back to the room where boys' group was, remembering Craig, remembering the moment I got into grad school, remembering when I accepted this position, and I came back to the present moment, and I felt overwhelmed with joy. I thought to myself, I feel connected to you, Craig. I am passing on your legacy. I am thankful. I can give presence and give love. Thank you.
Thank you, Colin. So the last song that we sang, Lord, Make Me an Instrument of Your Peace, the prayer of St. Francis, is a song about finding those hurt places in the world and others and bringing yourself to them. This song we're about to sing, How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You, is about remembering to take in that love from others. And so I hope as we sing it, you can allow yourself to to bathe in the gratitude side of all the love that's offered to us. This is a great one to move your body to a little bit. So I invite you to rise in body, rise in spirit. Dancing is welcome. 1, 2, 3. How sweet it is to be loved by you. I needed the shelter of someone's arms. There you were. I needed someone to understand my ups and downs. There you were. With sweet love and devotion, deeply touching my emotion. I want to stop and thank you, baby. I just want to stop and thank you, baby. Yes, I do. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. I close my eyes at night, wondering where would I be without you in my life. Everything I did was just a bore. Everywhere I went, it seems I'd been there before. But you brighten up for me all of my days with a love so sweet in so many ways. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I just wanna stop and thank you, baby. Yes, I do. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Callie Jennings on the trumpet, everybody. You were better for me than I was for myself. For me, there's you and there ain't nobody else. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I just wanna stop and thank you, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Thanks, everyone.
I'm going this way. Yeah. I learned a new expression this week. 10 toes with you. You know this expression? I haven't heard it. Just learned it this week. I read it in an article from the lead organizer of a Missouri-based organization called Nafasi Trans Care Collective. So at Sanctuary, we split our collection with an organization that shares our values. And this week, it's the Nafasi Trans Care Collective. So Nafasi is a Black trans-led organization that focuses on wellness and healing for queer, trans, intersex, and non-binary people of color. And I have to tell you, it's been a hell of a week for Nafasi Trans Care Collective in Missouri. On Thursday, this past Thursday, the state's attorney general used emergency powers to ban gender-affirming care for adults, which is part of this wave of really hateful and violent anti-trans legislation that's currently sweeping through some of the red states as sort of a performance for the evangelical base in advance of the 2024 election. So that was Thursday. By Saturday, Nafasi had joined with 5 other groups, and 150 people showed up for a solidarity rally in the freezing rain. On Sunday, they did it again, and 200 people showed up to the Rapid Reaction for Trans Rights rally. And this time, the rally was complete with the Heartland Gay Men's Chorus and drag queens. Emiji, who's the lead organizer of Nafasi Trans Care Collective, said, "To see this outpouring of support, we're standing 10 toes with you, is reinvigorating the fight." Tonight's collection for Nafasi Trans Care Collective is the first in a series of 4 worship services that we're sharing the offering with trans groups in red states. Because at Sanctuary, we believe in showing up for each other. And when trans lives are used for political theater. When trans lives are under attack, we stand up and fight back. 10 toes with you. The offering can be given to us and to the collective via Venmo or via PayPal. If you have candles of joy or concern, the ushers will now come by to collect those. Thank you for all 10 toes. There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love.
We arrive today bringing so many things with us, bringing joys and sorrows sitting on our hearts, in our minds. Some of us come brimming with gratitude, buoyant, you might say, and some of us come more somber, holding hard truths, hard pieces of the world with us. I have some joys and sorrows from those in the room to share with you all. From Mirabelle Carrier Ladd, my joy is my grandma is staying with us, and it has been and will continue to be so much fun. The candle of joy, here to report there is still good in the world. I fell off my bike into traffic on Mass Ave. I could hear cars coming toward my head. Here's a list I'm grateful for. The driver who was paying attention and swerved to avoid me. The pedestrians who stepped out to block traffic and help me up. My biking buddy who rode between me and traffic the rest of the way home. And the restorative power of chocolate, whiskey, and hugs. Blessed be there is good in the world, and I am grateful. I share a sorrow for Faith Lutheran Church in Cambridge's recent fire that was just ruled an arson. Sending our hearts out to our peers. Another sorrow, I was unexpectedly hospitalized after experiencing a severe bout of illness. Please send prayers for continued healing. I have a joy from Alex. I was able to cheer on the runners of the Boston Marathon, and it was so beautiful I almost cried. I have a joy from Karishma, who submitted their undergrad thesis on 21st century Unitarian Universalism. I have a prayer for hope during a season of transitions and great adventure. So much is uncertain and so much is possible. So many feelings. Right on. Scott shares, I am enjoying all parts of my life and my family and friends. I have a sorrow and a care from EB for her wife, Isadelle, on sick leave with bad vertigo. Prayers for healing are welcome, especially as she is supposed to take it easy from long walks, which she loves so much. A joy. I feel so fortunate to live close to family and spend so much time with them. Share an anonymous sorrow. My uncle died of an unexpected seizure last night. Please keep his daughter and wife in your thoughts as they navigate the impossibility of this tough time. And a joy from Ellie and Martha, and also me, that Martha, Rosemary, and I submitted our master's thesis and defended it today. And it has been a blessing to work on and a joy to be done with. That concludes the joys and sorrows from the room. We'll sing once more.
There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love.
I'd now like to invite those of you who are joining online to share any joys or sorrows you're holding in your heart and your mind in the chat. You can also message them to me anonymously if you would prefer. I've renamed myself Joys and Sorrows Heart Emoji. Start with concern from Lurleen. Concern as the Supreme Court deliberates over people's rights to control their bodies. I have an anonymous candle of joy, hopefully reaching the end of a 3.5-month job search with an offer letter tomorrow morning. Nathan shares such a mix. I'm on my own this week while the rest of my family is far away. A bit lonely, a lot reflective. Very glad to be here. Susie shares joy. Got my tubes out last week. Feels like a celebration of myself. Ellen shares that this moment is a joy. Mark David shares, there's nothing like recovering from an illness to make you grateful for all your body can usually do. I have an anonymous sharing, my dad gets his 30-day chip after a continuous struggle with alcoholism. This is a joy, we are proud of him. Share another anonymous mixture, going through some health issues that have been difficult to navigate while in work and school. I'm grateful for this space right now. Kit shares gratitude for gorgeous vocal harmonies this evening. The music is touching my heart in much needed ways. And sharing from Nat, April 9th was my grandpa's birthday, and we're also very close to the 1-year anniversary of him passing away. It's a heart-heavy and sad time for our family. If you could hold us in your thoughts and prayers, that would be appreciated. Karen shares, our adult son injured his knee snowboarding about 6 weeks ago. What was thought to be a torn ACL turned into a mass in his knee, which is likely benign, but still something to deal with. Heaven, other music is wonderful. An anonymous gratitude for this space tonight. And for all of you in the room, there have been many replies in the chat, people reacting with hearts and affirming each other. I think that's such a great feature. And you all should know it's happening. I think that wraps up our online joys and sorrows. We'll sing once more.
There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love.
Please join me as I continue in prayer. If it feels good to close your eyes or settle your body, go for it. If it feels good to wiggle a little bit, if that's how prayer is moving through you today, go for it. Spirit of life, gracious and loving God, beloved community, may we hold the immense gratitude and joy for this, our gathering together, for our presence here in love, in companionship. May we find strength within ourselves and kindle it in each other to face what is hard, to remain grounded through fires, Supreme Court decisions, health challenges. May we let ourselves be buoyed by the good things, by recovery, by submitting papers, by wonderful adults who know how to listen. May we be an example for one another of how to show up honestly and earnestly. May we know that even if we are not able to show up, that we are still worthy. For those of us who have made mistakes, who might have hurt someone recently, may we know that we are still loved and we will try again. For those of us who are celebrating in awe of the world, new life, springtime allegedly, may we let that spirit of love and life flow through us and fill us up. May we remember that sometimes the best thing we can do for ourselves and each other is being together. May it be so, and amen.
Make us aware we are a sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through. With thanksgiving, Friends, now is the time in our service where in person I invite you to find one of the tables with candles and light a candle honoring the divinity within you. And as you pass the taper to someone else, take a moment to honor the divinity between you and within them. If you're joining us online, I invite you to take a moment of silent reflection, or maybe share in the chat a word that is coming up for you right now. Take a moment to tap into the divinity within you and share with us what's on your heart. Whether your own light is barely flickering or burning bright, we are so grateful that you are with us in this space right now, and we're happy you're here. We'll sing Sanctuary together one more time and then hum it as we light the candles, and then we'll sing it together several more times. Make us aware we are a sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through. With thanksgiving, we are a living sanctuary
Make us aware we are sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through. With thanksgiving, we are a living sanctuary. Our sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through. With thanksgiving, we are a living sanctuary anew. Make us aware we are a sanctuary, we're each made holy and loved right through. With thanksgiving, we are a living sanctuary.
This place is made holy by our presence and our love. This place is made home by the work of our hands and our hearts. It is a gift to receive someone's presence and love. It is a gift to share it. Go with love and go in peace.
know that love is strong enough. When I take time to tell tales about that systematic drug, yeah, that heart that beats as one is collectively, unconsciously composed. I lost my head in San Francisco, waiting for the bar to roll out. But I found it in a rain cloud. It was smiling down. Do you feel the love? I feel the love. Come on, come on. Let's start it up. Let it pour out of your soul. Well, I've been in love with love and the idea of something binding us together. You know that love is strong enough. But I've seen time tell tales about that systematic drug. Yeah, that heart that beats as one is collectively, unconsciously composed. Do you feel the love? I feel the love. Come on, come on. Let's start it up. Let it pour out of your
Yes. Thank you, Sanctuary Band, Mark, David, Callie, and Joe. You rocked it so hard this evening. Thank you, all of you, for singing along. Those of you singing along at home, we can tell you nailed the harmonies. Well done.